Hi everyone. So in this video, I would like to go over the Winter 1920 General Chemistry online course. My name is Colin Hank, and I help oversee and administer this course. So hopefully you've already found our online textbook here, and this doesn't look like a traditional textbook, of course, but this is the textbook that we will be using for this course. And then you've clicked on Course Syllabus and Schedule in order to find the video. Now here you have the summer review video because I'm making the winter syllabus review video right now. So this will be different for you, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on the syllabus. So this brings up a copy of the syllabus used for the course. So the textbook used for the course is mostly what I just showed you. If you'd like something that looks more like a regular textbook, you can get a PDF, which is the same, but there are some advantages of using this online textbook, namely that it has lecture notes in it. So the lecture videos and notes. So basically, the online textbook is what we're going to use. So Professor New, who's the chair of our department, is the main contact person for this course, and his email address is here. My name again is Colin, and my email address is here. If you need to get a hold of me, have questions, concerns, whatever, that's basically that. So this is a rigorous general chemistry course, which you are taking. It does come with an online textbook. A little bit about your grades, okay, is that your homework is 30% of your grade, so it's absolutely mandatory. It is done online on a program called ACHM, which unfortunately does have a fee in order to use it, so you do have to purchase ACHM. The good news is you don't have to purchase a textbook. It does have a midterm exam and a final exam, which need to be taken in person, and I'm not going to get into that too much, but they are going to be offered here on campus, and maybe you've made arrangements to take them somewhere else as well, so I don't want to get into that because the details might be different for different people. That's 35% of your grade for the midterm and 35% of your grade for the final, for a total of 100%. So a couple things. It's absolutely essential, obviously, that you do the midterm and the final, okay, and it's absolutely essential that you do the homework. They all count as about a third of your grade, so it's really important that you do well on all of these things, and in order to do that, I want to talk a little bit about how to be successful in this course. All right. So the first thing is that we have the schedule here. So the midterm exam will cover the first 5 chapters, which includes chapter 0, which is actually a math review. And hopefully many of the mathematical concepts will be familiar to you and you won't need to spend too long on this. And then chapter 1, which is kind of a general review of science, making measurements, stuff like this, which again, you'll probably get through relatively quickly. And your first ALEX is due on December 23rd. Now, I want to be really clear right from the beginning. You are going to need to spend, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours per chapter between watching the videos, taking notes, and doing the ALEX assignments. So this isn't the kind of thing where you can log in a few minutes, like on December 23rd at 10 p.m. and finish all of your homework for chapter 0 and chapter 1. It's just not going to happen. So you need to, plan accordingly. If it's going to take you 5 to 10 hours to do chapter 0, maybe not quite that long for chapter 0, maybe 5 to 10 hours for chapter 1 and 0 and 1, okay, split that up. You have 5 days to do it, so maybe do 2 hours a day or something like that until you're done. So you're going to want to use some good time management skills here in order to be successful. On January 6th, you will have the midterm exam, which again is 35% of your grade, and more details will come on the exact time and location of that exam later on, although we do have the times listed here. So basically, we will make an announcement about this closer to the date. Finally, you'll have a final exam, which is not cumulative, on chapters 6 through 9, and here are the dates of for the material here. This material is a little bit longer, all right, so it looks like less chapters, but they are a little bit more involved chapters, so it'll end up being basically 50-50. Okay? So make sure you're planning accordingly. What I would like to show you next is a little bit about the textbook. So if I click back here, it'll take me back to the syllabus review video, and then I click on chemistry and I get a copy of the textbook. So what you'll notice is that there are 9 chapters plus chapter 0, so 10 total chapters of textbook here. And if I click on the first section of any chapter, I can get the lecture notes. So if you look here, here's a chapter 0 lecture notes. I can download them. And these are mathematical type things, and you may or may not need to look through these different ones, but there are lots of different examples and things like that. So I'm going to click again on the chemistry, and I'm going to go click on a chapter that's more indicative of chemistry. So 3.1. All right, I can get the chapter 3 lecture notes by clicking here, and again, I now have all of these lecture notes that are gone over. If I go to the chapter 3.1, I will find a textbook, okay, so you can read all about the information in chapter 3.1, and I will also find at the beginning a lecture. So the person whose your voice you're hearing now, I created these lectures, okay, and it covers the material in this section. So that's basically how it works. Now, I can only get the lecture notes from the first part of any chapter. So in 3.1, I can get all of the chapter 3 lecture notes. But if I go to 3.2, although I will not find the lecture notes, I'll find another video. And again, this video covers this material, so on and so forth. What's super important here, okay, as you go through this is you need to treat these videos like a lecture. I don't know why, but for most human beings, if you write things down, you learn them faster. So you're going to want to not just watch the video, and you're especially not going to want to watch it while you're texting somebody or something like this, okay? You're going to want to watch the video and take notes. For most people, you will learn it way faster if you watch it and write it down as you go. If you pause, if you don't understand something, you can watch back, whatever the case may be. But these videos are designed to help you to understand the material, just like a regular lecture, right? This is essentially what I do in my regular lecture. I've just done it here on a video instead of doing it in person in front of a room full of people. All right. So this is basically how the book works. It's got your lecture notes and the 3.1 or the every point one section. It's got lecture videos for every individual section, and it's got textbook material in every individual section, so you can read more about it if the video is not enough for you. Or maybe you learn better by reading than watching a video, and you'd prefer to read and then watch the video. Your choice, okay? Do what works for you. This is how you're going to learn the material. How you are then going to practice and show us that you've learned the material, essentially, is through ALEX. So ALEX is an online homework program that allows you to practice what you've learned. And again, this counts as 30% of your grade. How this works is you get 25% of the points for doing the homeworks on time and 75% of the points for doing the homeworks at all. So what Alex will do is if you get something wrong, it's actually a smart learning tool, and it'll bring you back to a previous topic where you can then, that maybe you missed, and then you can do that one before you do the topic at hand. So basically, it tries to help you to build up the knowledge in order to do this. ALEX is a ton of work. I'm not kidding when I say it'll take you 5 hours per chapter to do the ALEX. So you need to plan accordingly for the time. Don't try to do it in one 5-hour marathon session, right? Try and do it like an hour at a time, this kind of stuff, and work your way through it. The very first thing that ALEX is going to do is ALEX is going to give you 2 types of tutorials. First, it's just showing where the general buttons and things are, as you can see as I'm going through here. Okay, and then you can go ahead and get started. The very first thing it's going to do is learn how to enter your answers into ALEX. You can skip this, right, by clicking here. I don't recommend you skip it. It'll take you 5 minutes and you'll pick something up, right? How to do a number in scientific notation, for example, something like this. Okay, the second thing that ALEX is going to do is it's going to give you a knowledge check. And what a knowledge check is like a preliminary assessment. So for example, if you know how to add fractions, if you know how to add exponents, if you know how to do dimensional analysis already, you'll probably test out of those areas, and then Alex will give you a little bit less homework. However, the knowledge check is designed so you don't want to spend 2 hours looking up how to do every problem. What you want to do instead is do the best you can with the knowledge you have. If you don't know how to do something, well, then you should do that as a homework problem. There are video lectures, as I showed you, to help you to be able to do those things. Especially early on in the course, you're going to want to spend time on the things you don't know and less time on the things that you do. As you move later in the course, unless you've taken general chemistry or like AP chemistry or something before, there's probably going to be quite a bit of stuff you haven't really seen before. In those cases, you're just going to want to go ahead and use the lecture notes and not try to skip some stuff and stuff like this. So that's basically how this system is going to work. Each week, you're going to have some ALEX too. A couple other things that I want to show you. I strongly recommend you watch this video on how to register for ALEX. The ALEX course has a very specific class code which has our topics throughout the semester. There are 164 topics. You have to answer them each three questions for each topic correctly. So you're talking, 500-ish questions that you have to do. That's why I'm saying 5, maybe even 10 hours per chapter on ALEX. You got to budget your time accordingly. The other thing you need is this course code, as I mentioned. This is how you find our little home in ALEX. If you want to click on register for ALEX, this will take you to the ALEX website. There is a fee for this course. Unfortunately, you do have to buy that. Good news is you don't have to buy the textbook. If you're not sure how to find your UAlbany ID number, which is absolutely essential when registering for ALEX, click on this video. It'll show you how to do this. It'll give you some other tips and tricks of how to register for ALEX. The next thing is using ALEX. This video is not that long, okay? Let's see. It's 4 minutes and 27 seconds. I strongly recommend watching this. You will pick up some tips and tricks that will help you navigate through ALEX easier. We made this video after talking to students who used ALEX, and they say, hey, it really helped me when I figured out how to do X. So we made this video to try and give you those tips and tricks that experienced students have for people who are new to using ALEX. So I hope this gives you a general idea of what we're doing in the course. Okay, you can get the syllabus on Blackboard or here at any time. You can learn how to use the textbook a little bit more detail than I explained, but I kind of basically explained how to use the textbook here. You can learn how to get the lecture notes. I strongly recommend as you're watching the videos, you do take notes. So last thing that I want to tell you, I really want you guys to be successful in this course. All right. This was a lot of work to build all of this, and I built it with the idea that it will help you guys be successful. In order to be successful, you have to do two things. Watch the videos and take notes. All right. If you don't understand something, maybe you watch that part again. Maybe you read about that part again. Maybe you Google it. Whatever works for you. But you're going to want to watch those videos and you're going to want to take notes. Then do the ALEX homework. What I would not recommend doing is trying the ALEX homework, trying to figure out which thing you're not sure about, and then trying to find the video that explains that thing. You can do it that way, and I know some people are going to do it that way, but I think you'll find it's much more, you'll find it to be more successful if you do it the opposite way. The last thing is, if you go to ALEX, I'm going to pause the video and get up an example right now. All right, so I'm back. So now I've done the knowledge check. You're actually going to do the knowledge check, and I'm actually in an ALEX topic. If you are working on ALEX, it will do two things. It will, one, explain how to do these ALEX topics. Some of these explanations are convoluted and way more difficult than they need to be, in my opinion. Some of them are awesome. All right, so it just depends on which one. You will also find, for the vast majority of the topics, something called instructor resources at the top. If you click this, and then you click on this video, and you have to click continue to web page, you will find a video where we go over an example. It's me again, going over an example topic. There are about 160 topics that you have to do. For the vast majority of them, you're going to have these videos available. So if you want a little bit of extra help in how to see these videos, okay, and these videos are helpful for you, you can click on these videos and you can use them. So this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm going to stop here. I do want to welcome you to the course. I really do want you to be successful. My email is chenck@albany.edu, and if you need anything, please feel free to send me an email, and I will do my best to help you out. I hope you enjoy the course.